Hey, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back. So we're going to be talking about a few things here today. First thing I'm going to do is get the main topic out there for you guys, and that's AT&T getting its partnered OEM device makers to put 5GE on their devices. Pretty deceptive move, AT&T. Pretty deceptive move. Bravo, though. And this ain't the first time AT&T's done this. They've done this before. Right around the corner when 4G was going to launch with major carriers, AT&T decided to have their devices display 4G at the top, even if their consumers were only connected to HSPA+, which is their 3G on steroids. Now they're doing this again when we're right on the dawn of 5G. And the reason why, obviously, of course, is business. They want people to join AT&T. It's no secret that's what they want. I mean, you think about it. The average consumer who doesn't know any better, but today everybody knows about smartphones, mobile technology. They're expecting people that are not wise enough to know to roll out there talking smack to people. Yeah, I got 5G. I'm rolling on 5G. That's why I'm with AT&T. I told y'all should have joined AT&T because they got that 5G. That's what they expect people to do when they see that little icon pop up on their screen, letting them know what type of service connection they have. And it's not going to make anyone who doesn't know any better. It's not. They're going to go and jump. They're going to go and jump thinking that AT&T's got 5G. They did the same thing when 4G was running around the corner. They did the same thing. But it's a very deceptive move because with the 5G that's going to be displayed on the phones does not mean you have actual 5G connection. You are connected to their 4G LTE that has a signal booster to marginally make data speeds faster, but nothing dramatically as what 5G is claimed to do. So that's not a very good thing, AT&T. What are you guys doing? Again, deception. To fool people into thinking they have it. And nothing against AT&T. I personally don't have anything against them. I just think it's a little shady. It's shady business practices to do things like that. Of course, multi-million-dollar companies do practices like that, right? But I want to know what you guys think about that, and also get the word out to those who are, not very familiar with it, so that way they're not thinking that they actually have 5G when they don't. Really, it's still 4G LTE and it's still boosted. So let me know what you guys think. The next thing I want to talk about is Android and how boring Android has become. It's almost like it is. It's not almost. It is following in the same practices of Apple and iOS. Like, let's just call it as it is, okay? Some of you guys may hate what I'm going to say here, but remember, I'm an Android user, or some people call an Android fanboy. For those who are throwing shade, I've used Android for a long time. It's Android devices have always been my daily driver. Yes, I've messed around with iPhones here and there, played around with them or whatever, but I've never had an iPhone that's a daily driver, or never switched to move everything over to an iPhone. Always been firmly with Android. And it's just, it gets tiring seeing the same thing. That's one of the things that I liked about Android in the past that they're currently not doing now. It's like, they bought HTC's development team and started pumping out Pixel devices, and it's like, okay, good for them. They're now building their own hardware to showcase their software, which is so proud, they're so proud of. But then now it's just like, you guys are really kind of copying Apple to everything, including the UI that's so dang boring. I mean, this is why iOS users make it every now and then will jump over and try Android. It's for that very reason. They get tired of the same thing. Everything is just reiterated, regurgitated. Nothing changes with iOS. It's the same thing. Few minor tweaks here and there, but it's just the same thing. Icons all over the display. Yeah, there's just nothing to it, right? Now, I know on Android you have different options, like you could put a launcher to skin it and make it look different, but when you're someone like me who doesn't want to play too heavy into that, but just wants something new, is it so hard to really just do a UI overhaul? I mean, think about it. We had this same look from Lollipop, Marshmallow, Nougat, Oreo, and now Pie. Sure, a few little things here and there, like gestures now in Pi. Which gestures, obviously, let's just say that it did get bitten from iOS. iOS had gestures first. Android implemented it. But other than that, it's still the same. Maybe a color tweak here and there, but there hasn't really been a major UI overhaul. Like when you look at Eclair de Froyo, gingerbread, ice cream sandwich, jelly bean, Kit Kat, like those had some significant changes from the others. This has just been like same look, same feel. Add battery capabilities now. Make battery better with the operating system, and then performance and this and that and the third, and gestures here and there and everywhere. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it, cool. You're giving us little minor changes here and there. But how about a nice UI overhaul? How about something that's appealing to the eye and that I can say, oh, that's Android now? How about that? Google, when was the last time you heard anyone actually say that about Android anymore? When was the last time you've heard someone say, oh, that's Android? Like, you don't get that very often, do you, Google? You know why? Because you haven't changed the UI in so many years. That's why. It's still the same implementation over and over again. It's like, oh, yeah, that's Android. The next year, yeah, that's Android. And the year after that is, yeah, that's Android. And the year after that, yeah, Android. Oh, gestures. That's really what we're getting. We're getting fed the same thing over and over again. And I know that's not a very big deal, because really it's about, performance and user experience, which I got to say Android is pretty good on that. But you know what? Sometimes we just want a different flavor. And just like you guys like to name your operating system after different desserts, maybe you should also UI overhaul with it too, right? So it actually makes sense where you're trying a different dessert flavor instead of regurgitating the same thing. I mean, Pi has a lot of different flavors. As a matter of fact, Android could have been multi-flavored for this version. Honestly, they could have had different implementations of Pi and have the users actually choose what flavor pie they wanted: pecan, banana cream, key lime pie, cherry pie, apple pie, blackberry pie. They could have just did that, where people could just change up the theme and do a complete UI overhaul in the hands of the consumer. But I mean, that's just me, and I'm pretty sure they would never do that idea, because then and I'm not the only one that probably thought that way too. I'm pretty sure people were like, hey, you know what? They could have used this opportunity to make something really big out of it, and they didn't actually do it. I don't know. What do you think, Krang? He just wants to take over the world. Krang. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. Let me know what you guys think of AT&T's practices putting in that 5GE, and also let me know what you guys think of Android. Are you guys ready for a UI overhaul? Are you looking for a new refreshing look of Android, or do you like this pattern they're going down where it's just like the same thing over and over and over again? Let me know in the comment section of this video. I am stoked and excited to read your guys' thoughts and comments about that. If you guys enjoyed what I had to say in today's episode, drop a like to let me know. Really appreciate that. And yeah, yeah, I'll talk to you on the next one. Aloha.